Have you ever wondered which cities might vanish or sink beneath the waves in our lifetime? As climate change accelerates, several urban areas are facing an existential crisis. Today, we're counting down the top 5 cities that could be lost to rising sea levels and other environmental challenges. At number 5, we have New York City, a global icon known for its towering skyscrapers and vibrant culture. However, beneath its bustling streets lies a growing threat: rising sea levels. Studies indicate that sea levels around New York could rise by as much as 6 feet by the end of this century. Areas like Lower Manhattan are particularly vulnerable, as they sit just a few feet above sea level. In recent years, extreme weather events have made the threat more tangible. Hurricane Sandy in 2012 devastated parts of the city, causing massive flooding and leading to billions of dollars in damages. The storm exposed the weaknesses in the city's flood defenses, prompting officials to invest in new infrastructure to protect against future events. But it's not just storm surges that pose a threat. Long-term sea level rise could make flooding a regular occurrence, affecting millions of residents. Coastal neighborhoods are already experiencing more frequent inundation during high tides, leading to concerns about property values, insurance costs, and public safety. New York is taking steps to mitigate these risks. The city is investing in climate resilience projects, including the construction of flood barriers and green infrastructure designed to absorb excess rainwater. Community leaders and urban planners are working together to create sustainable solutions that will help the city adapt to its changing environment. Yet, despite these efforts, the reality remains that New York City faces a significant challenge. The potential for extensive flooding and the loss of historic landmarks could change the face of this iconic city forever. As climate change continues to progress, the urgency for action becomes increasingly clear. New York City stands as a stark reminder of the importance of addressing climate threats head-on. Coming in at number 4 is Bangkok, Thailand, a bustling city known for its rich culture and vibrant street life. Unfortunately, Bangkok is also one of the fastest sinking cities in the world. The city is sinking at a rate of about 2 centimeters per year, primarily due to excessive groundwater extraction. As demand for water increases in this densely populated urban area, the underground aquifers are being depleted, leading to land subsidence. Compounding this issue is the reality of rising sea levels. Bangkok sits just a few meters above sea level, making it extremely vulnerable to flooding. The situation is worsened by seasonal monsoons, which bring heavy rains that can overwhelm the city's drainage systems. Each year, neighborhoods experience severe flooding, with streets turning into rivers and homes being submerged. In response, the Thai government has initiated a range of measures to combat the rising waters. These include constructing flood barriers, improving drainage systems, and implementing sustainable water management practices. However, many experts believe these measures may not be enough to keep pace with the dual threats of land subsidence and climate change. In recent years, the impact of flooding on everyday life has become increasingly evident. Businesses suffer losses during flood events, and transportation is severely disrupted. The tourism industry, a vital part of Bangkok's economy, is also at risk as visitors are deterred by the prospect of flooding. Bangkok's struggle against rising water serves as a cautionary tale about the need for sustainable urban planning. As the city grapples with these challenges, the importance of global cooperation to tackle climate change becomes more apparent. Bangkok's future hangs in the balance, and the time for action is now. Number 3. Venice, Italy. At number 3, we find the enchanting city of Venice, Italy. Known for its stunning canals and rich history, Venice is facing a significant threat from rising sea levels. The phenomenon known as acqua alta, or high water, has become increasingly common, resulting in frequent flooding that disrupts daily life. Venice sits on a group of islands in the Venetian lagoon, making it particularly susceptible to rising waters. The city has been battling flooding for centuries, but recent climate change has exacerbated the situation. With sea levels expected to rise, some estimates suggest that Venice could see large parts of the city submerged in the coming decades. To combat this issue, the Italian government has initiated the MOSE project, designed to build a series of barriers that can be raised during high tides. While this ambitious project aims to protect Venice from flooding, it has faced numerous delays and budget overruns. Critics question whether it will be sufficient to save the city in the long run. The impact of flooding on Venice's residents and its tourism-dependent economy is significant. Many locals are forced to adapt their daily routines around the flood schedule, and businesses face financial strain during high water events. The charm of the city is at risk, with visitors experiencing flooded streets instead of the picturesque canals they came to see. Venice's struggle highlights the importance of addressing climate change and protecting vulnerable cities. As the city grapples with its future, the urgency for action becomes increasingly clear. The fate of this iconic destination depends on the collective will to combat rising sea levels and preserve its unique cultural heritage. Number 2. Dhaka, Bangladesh. Number 2 on our list is Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh. This densely populated city faces severe challenges from flooding due to a combination of rising sea levels, intense monsoons, and the complex dynamics of urbanization. Located near the confluence of several rivers, Dhaka is at high risk of flooding during the rainy season, which has worsened due to climate change. In recent years, the effects of flooding have become increasingly evident. Streets transform into rivers, and homes are inundated, forcing residents to evacuate. Millions of people live in vulnerable areas, and the prospect of displacement is a constant threat. The government's efforts to improve infrastructure have struggled to keep pace with the rapid population growth and environmental challenges. As rising sea levels continue to pose a significant threat, experts predict that large portions of Dhaka could be submerged by 2050. The impact on public health is alarming. Flooding leads to waterborne diseases, and the loss of sanitation infrastructure exacerbates the situation. Despite these challenges, the resilience of Dhaka's residents shines through. Community leaders are working together to find solutions, including building elevated homes and creating better drainage systems. However, the scale of the problem requires not only local action, but also international support to address the root causes of climate change. Dhaka serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for action against climate change. As the world watches, the fight for Dhaka's survival underscores the importance of global cooperation and commitment to sustainable development. Number 1, Jakarta, Indonesia. And finally, at number 1 we have Jakarta, Indonesia. This sprawling metropolis is facing a crisis unlike any other. Jakarta is sinking at an alarming rate of up to 25 centimeters per year, primarily due to excessive groundwater extraction and rising sea levels. The situation is so dire that parts of the city are expected to be underwater by 2050. The Indonesian government has already recognized the gravity of the situation and is in the process of relocating the capital to Borneo. This unprecedented move is a response to the dire threat Jakarta faces, including daily flooding, water shortages, and environmental degradation. The population of Jakarta, which exceeds 10 million, is increasingly vulnerable as the city grapples with its sinking reality. Residents often experience severe flooding during heavy rains, with entire neighborhoods submerged for days at a time. The impact on daily life is profound, affecting everything from transportation to access to essential services. Businesses struggle to recover from frequent inundation, and many families are displaced, forced to relocate to safer areas. Jakarta's struggle against rising waters serves as a wake-up call for cities worldwide. The urgent need for sustainable urban planning and climate resilience is clearer than ever. The future of Jakarta is uncertain, but it also highlights the necessity for immediate action to combat climate change and protect vulnerable communities. As Jakarta's fate hangs in the balance, the world watches closely, hoping that lessons learned from this crisis can inform solutions for other at-risk cities. If you found this video informative and concerning, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.